Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, thanks for watching and make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below. So today's topic is going to be about speaking into existence. Whether you're a Christian or you're not a Christian, you've probably come across the term or heard someone say, I'm speaking this into existence. So basically speaking something into existence is having something that you really want, such as a dream, and you're just putting it in the atmosphere and you expect it to happen to you just because you said it out and you spoke it out of your mouth. So an example of this would be if I wanted to become a 3-time gold medal award winner. So I'll say I will get 3 gold medal awards in my lifetime, and I'm speaking that into existence. So that is basically an example of what speaking into existence is. This whole thing about speaking into existence comes from the scripture Proverbs 18:21, where it talks about the power of life and death in your tongue. 18:21 says, "The tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit." So that is why it's so important that when you speak things that you have purpose in your speech. So for example, my mom always gets me about saying, like, you know, it's a popular term to say, oh, I'm dead, I'm weak, when things are funny. But really, you shouldn't say those things because you're speaking that thing into the atmosphere. That's why when I say that, my mom's like, don't speak that, don't speak that, don't speak that. That's because, and like, a lot of people will be like, hey, like you're being a little touchy about the situation, like it's not that serious, that's not what I mean. But really, you should speak, like, you should say words with purpose because your words have power. And that's why it's such a big deal about what you say to people. Like, you know, there's a saying that sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never break me. That, I feel that is completely false, because there's this things called word curses, and that's a whole nother other video. But word curses basically when people speak things over you, like he or she is dumb, he or she is stupid. Those are word curses that people can speak over you, and you need to have that broken, and that's a whole different situation. But the moral of what I'm saying right now is there's life and death in the power of your tongue. How did this connect? So basically, because there is power of life and death in your tongue, you can speak things regardless of your situation into existence. There's a scripture that talks about that. I don't even know where that's from. But if you speak things as though they're not, as if they were. So something like that. I'm not saying the scripture exactly, but so that's why a lot of people use this term. But the thing about it is non-believers use this a lot. Like, they, like, non-believers, some people like to pick and choose what they want with Jesus. Like, you don't want the lifestyle that comes with being with God, but you want the benefits of being able to speak things into existence when you're with God. But you can't pick and choose. Like, you can't live in the world and be of it. Like, you can't do both. And so the thing is, with speaking into existence, people always think that they can just speak into existence and then just sit on their butt and do nothing. James 2:14 through the 26, talks about how faith without works is dead. So if you speak something into existence and you just sit down and do nothing about it, do you think that's going to happen? No. The idea behind this speaking into existence is that you're speaking something and you know that you can't do it without God. So you're going to put forth all the effort and you're expecting God to add the increase into it. So faith without works is dead. So if you speak, if you say, I'm going to be a great guitar player, I'm going to do and play in stadiums everywhere, but you don't take the time to learn the guitar, you don't take the time to learn the chords, learn any songs, or put yourself out there, what's going to happen? Nothing. Like, that it can't happen, because faith without works is dead. And another thing I have to say is, don't blame God. A lot of people, especially non-believers, they like when they speak things into existence and they don't happen, and it doesn't happen. So it's just like the situation I was talking about earlier. Like, if you speak something into existence and you don't do anything about it, like you don't put the work behind it, people like to get mad and blame God, like, oh, I had spoken to existence that I was going to do so and so, but it didn't happen. So you can't blame God for something that you didn't even put the work in. Also, I want to talk about the negative portion of speaking things into existence. Because just like the principle that we talked about, Proverbs 18:21, that there's life and death in the power of our tongue, there's a life portion where we want to speak life, like we want positive things to happen. But also, if we speak negative things, like those things can happen too. I always like to think of this example, like if you guys have ever known about the Columbine shooting, about so I'm a part of this club called Friends of Rachel. And so one of these things we know, for Rachel was the first person to be killed in the Columbine shooting. But if you look back and look at all her journals, and you can even ask some of her friends will always say that she always said that she would die early. Like, she was like, I'm gonna die early, I'm gonna die early. Like, and the thing is, she kept speaking that, and what happened? Exactly. So my thing is, you should speak positive things into the world, because life and death is in the power of the tongue. And a lot of Christians, like, we use this, and then people get a little like mad about it. Okay, like it's not that serious, but it really is serious. And so I just want to challenge you guys to be purposeful in your speech. So that could be that's a hashtag, purpose in speech. So I really hope that you enjoyed this quick little video about speaking into existence. And make sure that you like this video and subscribe down below. And make sure that you leave me a little comment. I love reading you guys' comments. Thanks for watching. Bye.